game? Make a game! What's a game? What's a game? I'm a Kamen Rider.
What's up, everybody? It's the Quarter Guy, and this has been a long time coming. My 25 cents worth is back! Hopefully I can be more consistent with this from here on out, because the algorithm would hate me even more if I wasn't. So, let's see if we can get some likes for this video, huh? Anyways, enough beating around the bush. Let's get to the topic at hand. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Fighter Pass Volume 2. Now, we were made aware that we were getting new fighters past the 5 characters in the Fighter Pass as early back as September, when Terry Bogard was announced to be the 4th character in the pass. It wasn't until the big reveal of Byleth as the 5th character that we found out just how many we were getting. 6. 6 characters. That's enough to make the that's enough to make the classic mode select screen nice and even again. Well, I guess it's time for speculation again. Let's go over some popular picks first. Probably the one a lot of people have been hearing about speculation about whether he's going to be in, whether he's not. Sora from Kingdom Hearts. Now, some notes from this podcast started making the rounds, and some gaming news sites started taking it as fact that Sora had been deconfirmed. Apparently you didn't watch the podcast closely enough. They admitted that it was pure speculation that Disney of Japan was the last obstacle Sora would have for getting into Smash. And they even thought that Sora getting in would be a good chance. And it's honestly something I'd like to see. So, if you've seen HMK's video on the matter, you'd understand more about what's going on with that. Another popular pick, Dante. I'm not sure if Dante would get in. I mean, when Hideaki Itsuno, the producer of Devil May Cry, was asked about Dante and Smash, he said at the time, hope for Devil May Cry to get on Switch first. Now that Devil May Cry is on Switch, he would have a legitimate chance, but the question is, did Nintendo approach Capcom after Devil May Cry first got onto Switch? I don't know. But we'd be sure hype as heck to get Dante into Smash Brothers. Especially when you consider that our old friend that we lost to cancer, Chris Taylor, was a huge fan of Devil May Cry as well. I'd be on the verge of getting choked up if Dante got into Smash and Chris had anything to do with it. Let's see. Yes. Next highly likely character. Ryu Hayabusa from Ninja Gaiden. Hayabusa is probably the last legacy NES character who is not in Smash. I mean, having a ninja in the game would be awesome, and given Nintendo's working relationship with Tecmo Koei, I would definitely say he has a shot. He would have some real cool ninja moves to boot, so that'd be awesome. It would be especially hype if his reveal trailer paid homage to the Ninja Gaiden intro for the NES. That would be pretty awesome. Anyways, next I'd like to think about is, will Namco Bandai get another rep in Smash Brothers? So far, ever since Smash 4, Namco Bandai's only representative in Smash has been Pac-Man. And it's obvious why. He's pretty much the icon of the company. But there are so many characters from Namco's games that could get in as well with the second Fighter Pass. Someone from Tekken, like Jin or Heihachi. Someone from the Tales series, such as Lloyd Irving, Yuri Lowell. Then there's Soul Calibur. Characters like Siegfried, or probably for the sake of having another villain, Nightmare. Next, I'd like to get into this thing. Now there's a couple things that are less likely, but still rather possible. Oh wait, that's right, there's another character that people want in. Crash Bandicoot. Yeah, that reminded me. If Crash gets in, I will do the dance on stream when the reveal happens. And it would be really hilarious if the reveal trailer paid homage to the old Crash Bandicoot PS1 commercials. You know, with the guy in the Crash costume standing outside Nintendo headquarters talking trash? That would be pretty funny. Oh yeah, now on to the less likely ones. With the reveal of the River City Spirits event, some people got interested in seeing an actual ArcSys rep in the playable roster. Should that be the case, it's pretty much down to two choices. We either have Soul Bad Guy from Guilty Gear, or Ragnar the Blood Edge from Blaze Blue. Either one of those would be totally hype. Just, if it turns out to be Soul Bad Guy, don't expect to hear smell of the game in the reveal trailer. Because I don't think Nintendo wants to have a song with bullshit in its lyrics in one of its games. I mean, the game is rated E10. Good boys and girls! Now, yeah, another thing that would be less likely, but to be perfectly honest, I'd be more than okay with, would be Uden from Dragalia Lost. I mean, Dragalia Lost is a great mobile game. It's probably the only one, really, I actively invest time into nowadays, especially given the hugely unpopular Fay Pass being added to Fire Emblem Heroes. I swear, Mario Kart Tour is infecting Nintendo's mobile market. Ugh. But given Nintendo actually owns I think it was a 5% stock in Cygames, who they actually collaborated with to make Dragalia Lost, seeing Uden in Smash Brothers, I'm not expecting it, but it wouldn't surprise me if it happened. And I'd be more than happy with that. Now we have a little bit of a gray area here. Are they associated? Thing is, if a character might be associated with games enough, or if they come from another source, if the video game version is different enough from the originating version. I've seen people who want Geralt of Rivia to get in Smash Brothers, but I honestly have my doubts about that one because The Witcher was originally a series of novels before it was a game series. Another character that seems to be in that gray area is Hatsune Miku because Vocaloids were computer programs before they were involved in video games at all, so that'd be a pretty weird character to put in Smash, though. It would be pretty silly. But well, anyways, there are some really out there characters like Heart Aino, for example, but none that I can really think of at the moment. But who knows when we're going to get the next info on the Fighters Pass Volume 2. Might be at the next Nintendo Direct, where we might get a teaser for the first character of the pack. Though I'm thinking more likely we'll find out at this year's E3, which Sony is skipping out again this year. Probably because they want to do their own thing. Never mind that their state of play seems to be copying the Nintendo Direct. No, not seems to. It pretty much is copying Nintendo Direct wholesale. Anyways, quick update. My next QG at the arcade, in case you didn't know, is going to be on various Tetris arcade games, so look forward to that. And for my question of the week, who do you think will be the 6th challenger for Smash Bros. DLC? As always, leave your answers in the comments. Favorite comments will be featured in the next episode. Here are last episode's winners. And with that, time for the Fourth Wall Mailbag. As always, check for the community post, show me your questions there, and I'll answer my favorites in the next episode. First one this week comes from KJ Pate Combs, who asks, if you could put any Mega Man character in Smash, who would it be, and what would their moveset be? That's simple. 0. Standard B is Harangeki, Side B is Shipuga. Down B is Suiretsuzen. Up B is Hyozanryu. No, not Hyozanryu. It would be Ryu Engine. And Final Smash would actually be a variant on the double attack from Mega Man X8, except featuring all three of the Maverick Hunters instead of just X and Zero. Gotta show Axel some love, right? Of course, they'd have to promote Zero from Assist Trophy. Kind of bummer that he was an Assist Trophy, but at least he got in some capacity. Next question comes from Seasonal Dragon, who asks, what are your thoughts on the Dragalia Lost crossover event so far? Alright, I'll go through them one by one. The Fire Emblem Heroes one was actually really good. It actually kind of felt like something cool. It actually had some lore that connected the two games together in the story. The characters we got were actually really good. The defense missions actually kind of played out like how a Fire Emblem map would play out in real time. And overall, I really like how they handled the aesthetic as well. They had the special title screen, the special music in the menus. It was really good. Which makes it especially disappointing with what happened with the Mega Man crossover. Seriously, I was excited for this. It came out of left field. I mean, we have a fantasy series crossing over with a sci-fi series. And my favorite franchise. And the event turned out to be bare bones as crap. Seriously. It's like bare minimum story. No character story for Mega Man. Just boss battles with the modified Great Worms and Wily. And the special weapons and the character trials. Hardly anything was done to promote the aesthetic. There wasn't a summoning banner. It's like they did the bare minimum with this one. It hardly was even a Mega Man in General crossover. It was a Mega Man 2 crossover. They could have done so much more with this event, and it disappoints me how little they did. Thankfully, the Monster Hunter event, which is going on as I'm making this video, is so much better. It made sense to make it a raid event, considering the nature of Monster Hunter. There's actually a story. There's actually a special artwork title screen. They have the Monster Hunter music in the menus. It's like they realized what they did wrong with the Mega Man event and did right with the Fire Emblem event. And decided to lean more toward the latter with this rather than the former. Thank God for that. Also, the Hunter alts for the heroes we got were definitely cool. And the fact that we got Rathalos, Dread King Rathalos, and Fatalis. Let's hope they pay this much attention to detail for future crossover events. Still hoping to see a Persona 5 crossover. Seriously, it would be awesome. Next question comes from Nicholas Conkle, who asks, hey QG, what are your thoughts on the new Sonic design in the Sonic movie? Huge improvement, like 1,000,000 times better, thank you. Although I still hear there was a lot of crunch over the animators, that they had to put in like tons of hours to make this design look better. I hope they were paid well. Seriously. I'm not a fan of crunch to begin with, but if your employees have to work overtime to get something done, it better be worth their while. The Sonic movie is looking to be entertaining, if nothing else. Not saying it'll be actually good, but it's looking like it'll at least be entertaining. Next question comes from Dean Gavitt, who asks, how excited are you to see that the Wonderful 101 is coming to Switch as well as Steam and PS4? Very excited. This was one of the games I was waiting to see ported onto Switch, and I'm surprised Platinum needed a Kickstarter to make it happen, but speaking of the Kickstarter, it was actually amazing how quickly they met their main goals and how much they've actually gotten into their stretch goals. We've actually got some special DLC incoming thanks to the Kickstarter stretch goals. Now, there was a little bit of controversy surrounding that Kickstarter because apparently originally there was some sort of developer that had some that there was some publisher who had a bit of a shady history that had been involved in this, at least early on, but there was no mention of that publisher on the actual Kickstarter page, so I'm thinking either Platinum realized who there was they were dealing with and decided to get help from someone else instead. That's what it feels like to me. But I'm glad that Wonderful 101 is getting another chance to shine, and especially that it's going to be coming to more systems. I'm actually surprised Nintendo allowed that to happen. Yeah, I heard there was like some agreement between Platinum and Nintendo to allow the game onto other platforms. At least more people are going to get a chance to play it. Hopefully the control's a bit more intuitive this time. Last question this week comes from Red Tommy, who asks, are you excited for the fact that Marvel vs. Capcom 2 New Age of Heroes is getting a spot at freaking EVO 2020? It's Marvel, baby!